And good afternoon, everybody. Hey, 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 this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living. That's right, we are living limitless lives. See that right there? I'm so glad that you're here to join me for another pop up live as we check in now at 48 hours. That's right, 48 hours into this week's fast. And I'm just so excited that you are here, whatever platform you're joining us from. We got Facebook, we've got Twitch, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Instagram, and of course, we've just added TikTok uh, to our to our program. And so, yeah, you should have been seeing us out there on TikTok all the time, but we've just started doing that now with all the other shows that we do. Also, for those of you who are out there, go ahead and drop where you are watching us from, whatever country. We've got a couple of countries that are out there now. We've got, of course, all of you who are here in the United States, around me, around my in my state, and states surrounding me like Tennessee and Ohio and Georgia, Florida, Nebraska, Texas, Pennsylvania, New York, Michigan. We've got some people from Kentucky, which we'll say hi here in just a little while. But wherever you're joining us from, go ahead and drop that in the chat. Let us know where you are right now. Also, quick shout out to all of our community members, all of our accelerator members. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us, and just for taking charge of your health, taking charge of your life. We have a great time in our accelerator group. So if you're not there yet, go ahead and join us. And then a special shout out to those of you who saw our content, Atlanta Berean in Atlanta, Georgia, and Riverside Chapel in Nashville, Tennessee, and the Magazine Street Temple, SDA Temple in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us and just being in this space. As you know, we have been talking through our series on finishing strong. Finishing strong. And what does that mean as it relates to our fasting, as it relates to our metabolism? Well, finishing strong just has the idea that we are on a path, we're on a journey, we are on a trek, if you will, and we are heading to long, healthy life. Remember, that is our goal. How do we stay alive as long as possible? And how do we stay as healthy as possible? That's the goal. And we want to make sure that as we're going down that path, as we're going down in that journey, that we are doing everything we can to make sure that we can maintain the focus and maintain the things that we need to do as we move through that space. Okay. So we'll come back. We'll chat about that in a minute. Let me go ahead. I want to get over here, and we've got our little we got our plant. I shouldn't say our little plant. We got our plant, and wow, where are we? Here we go. And I want to go ahead and pop that up because let's see, where are we? Uh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna get it up so that you see that. Yeah. So here we are. So we got our plant that we're taking care of, that we're caring for, just like we're caring for our health. Right? It's there. It needs our help. It needs our assistance. So are you taking care of your health? Right? Two most valuable things that we own: our health and our time. Are you managing your time well? Are you using it properly? And are you taking care of your health? Those two things right there, having one without the other doesn't make much sense, but having both. And so we want to do what we need to do to take care of that. And so our little plant here is a representation of the care that we need to give to those particular areas of our lives. Okay. All right. So fasting. Why are we fasting? What are we doing? What does it mean? So fasting is an amazing way that we are using. It's one of those tools that we're using for writing our metabolism. Remember, dysfunctional metabolism is at the key. It is the core. It is the base of a lot of those chronic diseases that we talk about. When we talk about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, obesity, metabolic syndrome, even some cancers. Now, the term that everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but we are starting to hear this term, and you'll hear us talk more about this, and you hear it in the news. This term, type 3 diabetes, is what some researchers and clinicians are terming this dementia that seems to be associated with Alzheimer's, that is being found due to insulin resistance and due to complications from high sugars, right? So we have all of those, and then ultimately the prototypic metabolic disease, of course, is diabetes. And those numbers keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're getting more and more people. And so the question is, how do we make sure that we don't go down that path? And if we've already been on the trek down that path, how do we begin reversing and moving in a direction that predisposes us or sets us up to be healthy for the long term? And that's what we're doing here in this space. The Limitless Living Health Action Plan is a way to do that. And the Health Action Plan gives us the blueprint, it gives us the checklist, it gives us the guardrails, it gives us the guidelines for how we move down that path. And here in this space, we're using fasting as one of those in that list, one of those to right our metabolism. So that's where you find us now. We started our fast on Tuesday, right after our meeting here at the office. So if you've not done that yet, go back and watch that episode, because it was a great episode for us to see the what I ate. And then, of course, over the last couple of days, we've been doing a good job of checking in with you to let you know where we are. When you get to the website, let me do one thing here really quickly. When you get to our YouTube channel, make sure that you get there, and there's a playlist that says start here. So if you're sending anyone to the channel or you're coming to the channel, you want to know, where do I jump in? How do I get started? What are the things that Dr. Wood is talking about? What are the things that he's teaching? What are the pillars? What are the mile markers? Those videos will help walk you through that. And there's a PDF, a start guide PDF that goes along with that. So make sure that you download that. And the one of the great things about the PDF is at the end of the PDF, there's the Limitless Living Commitment Statement, where you're making a decision and you're making a choice and you're making a statement that says, I am going to do what I need to do for my health. You get to sign that, you get to date it. I recommend that people print it out, put it in a frame, put it on your wall, put it somewhere where you can see that, where that's a visual reminder of the commitment that you've made, that you are going to do what you need to do to be successful. Okay, make sure you do that. And then the second playlist that you'll see there is this week's videos. So all the videos for this week, for instance, this video that you're watching right now will show up in that list after we get done. If you're interested in knowing, well, what are we talking about this week? What are the topics for this week? How do we just jump in and find out what's happening? What did he eat? What is he going to eat? What conversations are we having? Go on and make sure that you get over there to watch, to look through that playlist. Okay. All right. So we've been talking over the course of this week about focus. So we ended our Play Your Own Game series. We are in a bridge series right now that is helping us get ready for the Blueprint series that's coming up, and it is focus. We're talking about focus. So we introduced that in our flagship show, Dwain Woode MD Live, earlier this week. And so when we're talking about focus, focus requires structure. Right? That goes along with that rhythm, alignment, and structure that we talk about. So focus requires discipline as well. And so discipline, sometimes people think of that as a bad word. And it almost, when we think about discipline, we've taught you and we have come to believe that discipline takes willpower, that it takes us being morally strong. But discipline simply takes structure. Right? So discipline takes structure. And so here I want to give you a couple of things in terms of structure. Well, we'll list three, but I want to give you one that I use most often, and it is the thing that helps me get through. Now, why is that important here? We'll be talking more about that on our show tonight. Make sure you join us for our live 56 hours. That's right, 56 hours check-in tonight at 9 p.m. Central. But I want to give you kind of a preview of this idea. So discipline over distraction, right? So distractions will come, but the discipline that happens is a function of structure. So putting some things in place that help you be able to not rely on motivation, because motivation will wane, motivation will go away, motivation is not going to be there all the time. So what do we do when that's the case? So one of the things that I do often is I journal. Yeah, so I've got journals everywhere. I've got my day one journal. Of course, I've got my Notion that we've talked about before. And so now, whenever something comes to my mind that seems to want to pull me off course, I have a scratch pad, if you will, in the journal. And I just go there and I jot it down, because I know I can always come back and I can pick it up where I was. But if I right now divert myself, if I divert from what I'm doing, then I lose the momentum, I lose the push that helps me move forward. Now, why is that important here for fasting? Because we will have distractions that come that will seem to want to pull us off of the fast for whatever reason. And we talked about some reasons why distractions come in our show last night when we did our check-in. But they will want to pull us off course. And simply taking a moment to jot down what's on your mind, simply taking a moment to jot down that thought that just came, will interrupt the process, right? This goes back to our COPE model. Remember, clarify, observe, pause, and execute. Being able to do that, being able to clarify that, journaling helps us in that space, right? So when my mind starts to pull, when it starts to push me in those 10 different directions, I take a moment and I jot it down. That distraction goes away. Now, one of the important times when that happens is sometimes people say, I get in bed and I can't sleep. They say, well, why can't you sleep? They say, my mind is going all the time. Do you know that the brain, if it has to remember stuff, it continues to rehearse that over and over and over and over. And it thinks it doesn't have another space for it. So once you jot that down, then it comes out of the brain and the brain says, hey, I'm good, right? I know where I can go find that when I need it. So make sure that you're doing that. The other thing is setting a timer. Right. So if you have something that's going on, when distractions hit, set a timer, and during that time, commit to just staying the course. Now we don't have after that timer goes off, you can go back to if you're going down, you're gonna go eat something, whatever it is, right? But we're not worried about that time. We're just worried about the time of the timer. So set a timer. You can do that, and then a 5-minute reset. Hey, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna drink water just for 5 minutes, and then if that thing is still there at me, then I'll go do it. Once again, it's breaking that thought, breaking the habit, breaking the momentum, and that's the whole idea. Remember, we did the clarify, observe, pause, right? That pause allows the prefrontal cortex to overshadow or come over the amygdala, which is that survival part of our brain. And the amygdala wants to just get out of danger. It thinks that you're in danger and it wants to be safe, and it will make you just move away from things, even though that thing is no longer dangerous. Okay. Then the other thing is some mindset, right? So being present. And this goes back to our heat model: habits, emotions, access, and taste. Those things that push at our buttons that will tend to want to pull us off course, right? All right. So let's go ahead, and I see some of our community members out there. Let's say hello. So I see Pam. Pam is saying hello. And well, let's go back up because I see. So Pam says, hi, Dr. Wood. What's up, Pam? Glad you're here. Steve says, what's up? And hey, Dr. Wood, and Pam is saying hi to Steve. Glad that you guys are all here hanging out with us as we move. So once again, wherever you're from, drop them in the comments. If you're fasting, put a number. What number hour are you at right now? What fasting hour are you sitting at this moment right now as we're talking? Okay. So here's your thought for today. Right. So structure is integral in discipline. Say it again. Structure is very important when it comes to discipline. So discipline is not you just simply willing yourself. It's not simply you having enough strength. Discipline involves structure. And so we want to make sure that as we're working down, we're talking about focusing, right? So when we're focusing, things are going to come at us. You can't, it's inevitable that you're going to have things coming at you from all sides. But because of the discipline that is based in structure, we're able to succeed and we're able to finish strong, because ultimately that's the goal. How do we finish strong? And as we talk about focus over the course of this week, I've had an amazing time just once again rethinking and working through my own focus and the things that I do, and making sure that, and remember, there's an evaluation process, right? So making sure that I am doing the best that I can in all those different areas so that I'm not distracted. Now, one of the things that you've heard me say before is we have a plan for almost everything, for savings, for which house we're going to buy, for that matter, for what clothes we're going to wear. We have a plan for everything, but we often don't have a plan for our health. And so our goal is to allow you the freedom within your game to put in place those things that are taking you to the direction where we want to go. Okay. And so that's our focus. That's our focus as we talk about discipline. Discipline will beat distraction. So discipline over distraction, which is what we'll be talking about as we go through, as we talk about tonight. So 56 hours, we're coming on to do our check-in this evening. Remember, 9 o'clock p.m. here Central Time. Join us. Join us. I do see. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Bowie's hand. Let's go ahead. Let's say Bowie's coming in. This is Steve is saying. Let's see. Steve says he says 4 hours in. Yeah, 4 hours in. So Steve, thank you for dropping that in. Bowie says, hi, Pam, and hi, Steve. Glad that you are here as well. Thank you for coming through. And Steve is saying hi to Bowie. And Pamela is saying hi to Steve. So glad that you guys are all here and hanging out with us. Once again, we'll be doing our check-in tonight at 9 p.m. Central. Join us for that show, and it's going to be an amazing show as we once again talk about. And remember, the goal is long, healthy life. So what do we need to do? What are those tools that we have to put in place that will help us get there? Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be it for today. Remember, let me pop that back up. We've got our plant here that we are taking care of, just like we want to take care of our health and manage our time. We're doing well. One of the folks here in the office continues to help us with that, and we're so excited that she is doing that. So thank you for being here. Hey, I'm glad that I get a chance to walk along with you, get a chance to be in this space and see the amazing benefits, by the way, that you are getting in your health, and the amazing benefits or the connections that you're making in your health space. I've had people say to me, hey, there were things I didn't understand. Now I'm getting to understand that, and I'm sharing that with other people. And other people are now seeing the benefits in you, and you don't even have to tell them anymore. They're asking you, wait a minute, how are you losing the weight? Oh, your doctor's asking you, well, how did your blood sugar get so bad, so good? What are you doing for your A1C? Right? So all of those things are amazing things. We've had people say to me that, hey, I didn't tell anybody anything, but my husband said to me, hey, what are you doing? Or hey, my wife said to me, hey, you're looking good. And I have people whose spouses are now, whether we're here in the office, in the practice, or in our online community, their spouses are now joining them in the journey, joining them in the process, because they've seen the benefits. And that is amazing to me. That's when you know. That's when you know that what you're doing is working. When the people who know you the most are now saying to you, hey, let me come along with you. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And hey, that's what limitless living is all about. Limitless living says that we are showing up with our best self our best health, and our best plans. We're not allowing anything to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We are going to be successful, and we are going to be successful because we are presenting our best self, our best health, and our best plans in that space. So join us as we continue our week. Tonight again, once again, we're going to be there 9 p.m. Central for Dwain Woode, MD, as we do our 56-hour check-in. Tomorrow, we'll have our complete review of fasting, how to prepare for the fast, how to get through the fast successfully, and then how to break the fast. You get to see what I eat for the first time, y'all, in 72 hours. Come on out and hang out with us. And then on Saturday, we have Video from the Vault, 9 p.m. Central. And then on Sunday, This Week in Review, 6 a.m. Central. And then we're back. We're back on Monday. Dwain Woode MD Live, 7 p.m. Central, right here on the channel. So thank you for being here. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. So go ahead and live a limitless life, and we'll see you in the community. We'll see you in this digital space, and we'll see you on the show. Good night. Or not good night. Goodbye, everybody. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's end a little differently today. Here we go.